Hello and welcome. This is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan, your vegan cult member today, coming at you live, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome, everyone. It's great to see everyone here. Good to have Uncle back and Peter, our two moderators. We might need you guys a little bit more tonight than normal. I'm just taking a guess because the video I made about Russell Brand really triggered a lot of people for all sorts of reasons. I got so many comments about how vegans are a cult, so I made sure to dig out one of my cult member shirts. I think my cult leader shirts might be dirty. I should have looked a little harder. But anyway, here we are. We're a cult, so this is our weekly cult gathering. Since veganism is a cult, as so many people had told me in the comments, I told them to come here and try to defend that. I'm going to fess up. I am the vegan cult leader because every cult has a cult leader, right? So I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm the one who's behind the vegan cult. So if you're watching any Russell Brand fans and you think veganism is a cult, come here. And I probably asked about 15 people who have comments at least who said some of the most ridiculous, outrageous things. So just come here and try to defend what you're saying, because it's just a bunch of stuff that's not based on anything other than opinion, and we know what opinions are like, right, guys? You guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, guys, for those who are new, this is the weekly gathering of all us vegan cult members, all 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 of us, whatever we have on any particular day or evening, depending on where you're at in the world. And we talk about any and all things vegan, hence the title of this live stream, Ask a Vegan Anything. But I did ask the Russell Brand stands to come and, drop by and say hello, especially all the ones that I pointed out that their comments were baseless and outrageous. And if they want to come and try to defend their outrageous positions, they're more than welcome to tonight. So we'll see if this if any of them take up my invitation. So good to see y'all. Good to see all our regular Happy Fam members. And if you're new to this live stream, if you're watching now live or later on, because I leave these up most of the time, we talk about, as I said, any and all things vegans. And it's for all. You don't have to be vegan or even vegetarian. You just could be interested in veganism, want to learn more from people who I think here our community is very level-headed. We're not radical terrorist vegan types. We're peaceful people that eat plants. And at least on this channel, I base my information on evidence rather than pulling crap out of my butt or just making stuff up, as so many other people, particularly non-vegans, do, but some vegans do that as well. But we're very evidence-based. So if you want to come here and try to debunk veganism or try to support any of these outrageous comments I saw on the Russell Brand video, bring evidence, not more opinions or a-holes or anything like that. Bring evidence, bring arguments, bring something more than just, that's what I think because Joe Rogan said that. So anyway, welcome everyone. And if you're just lurking, just feel free to lurk if you don't have to comment. But, we always like to see everyone who's here. So, hey, so anyway, let's see if we have any questions already here. Let me just kind of look around. I want to say hello to everyone. I guess I don't want to call anyone out individually in case I skip over some of you guys, but I see all you guys here, so it's good to see all our regulars here. And also too, that's been about Vegan Campout. I did mention how Russell Brand was at Vegan Campout a few years back. So Vegan Campout commented on one of Russell's videos, saying how disappointed they are and that he gave up on animals. Here's the thing, Peter, and this is true for any organization. I feel sorry that Vegan Campout fell for it. Unless you're talking about, like, say, Joaquin Phoenix or Moby, non-flaky, like pretty much like lifelong vegans, or at least many, many decades. Celebrities are flaky, and it just pains me when I see like PETA, plant-based news, and just everyone just like, oh, they're a celebrity. Let's say how cool they are that they're vegan now. And odds are they're probably not vegan. They're just eating a plant-based diet. And why put these people up on a pedestal just because they're famous? Because more often than not, as we see, they're flaky, and they don't understand what veganism is, or they just try it because they think they're going to look good in a photo shoot or a bikini or something like that, or whatever. I'm just saying, celebrities are just like, they're looking for attention. They love this kind of stuff. So I wish these organizations and groups would just stop giving so much damn attention to celebrities. I guess that helps raise awareness for PETA or whatever to be associated with celebrities, but they look stupid when stuff like this happens. Oh, wow, this is great, Uncle. This says a lot about Russell Brand. He was rejected by Scientology, who pretty much doesn't reject anyone, right? But they rejected him because Tom Cruise thought Russell was too much of a troublemaker. I didn't hear about that. Is that true, Uncle? If so, that's totally awesome. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, Queen. Yeah, the rock band Queen from the 70s, still going on without Freddie Mercury. Brian May has been vegan for decades. Again, not flaky there, it sounds like. They want him to come to vegan camp out. That would be much better than some flaky celebrity like Russell Brand. So anyway, well, that's good to hear, Nikki. After 16 months vegan, your cholesterol's down from 158 to 112. Good for you. That's totally awesome. Hoping to get it lower with more whole foods. Yeah, you might be able to. And there's always a genetic limit. That's why everyone's cholesterol who eats really clean and whole foods is not the same. There's a genetic variation that that's there. It means you might hit a limit, but who knows? Just keep going for it and see what happens. I found what my genetic limit was, and I'm cool with it. Okay, so bacon will raise your testosterone. No, that's utterly false, Matt. Tell your girlfriend that that's totally not true. And in fact, you can refer to my blood. I'll get my blood test playlist. You can show your girlfriend the blood test of a 50. I think I got my testosterone test when I was age 54, I think. I'm 57 now. And my testosterone are the levels of a guy like in his testosterone producing prime, like 29, 30 years old. So eating plants has done nothing. Unless I had like the highest testosterone in the world or something like that, top 1% testosterone dudes, and it's down now to like it was like 760 something like that, and the total was in the same like correlative percentile as my free and total testosterone or proportional, like where they should be relative to one another. So tell your girlfriend eating plants has nothing to do with lowering your testosterone. That's just a stupid myth. I'm not saying your girlfriend's stupid, but she's repeating a stupid myth that someone told her, and just, people love to say all sorts of stupid things about veganism. In fact, like I said, I invited a whole bunch of people from the Russell Brand comments to come here, and a few from the Dr. Berry comments too, to come here and show us what you got, against veganism, and have it based, again, on evidence or argumentation rather than opinion. Let's see, vegan heretic, you too on the testosterone score? Yeah, it's not. I've learned I'm not like a freak of nature. I'm not the only vegan, especially an older vegan, whose testosterone levels are quite impressive. I bet Joe Rogan would chop off his left toe to get my testosterone levels because he's always getting testosterone shots in the ass. So, just be like me. Just eat plants and be healthy and chill and not need to get testosterone replacement therapy. And by the way, Joe Rogan and I are the same age. Oh, one comment I got today, guys. I invited the person to come. He said, you look really bad. You look like you're aging horribly. Joe Rogan looks so much better than you, and I'm sure he's older than you. I go, why would you say that Joe Rogan is older than me? It's because you think he looks older than me. Like, why would they even think that? See what I'm saying? Why would they think Joe's probably older? Like, why would you think that unless he looked older? I go, actually, Joe is younger than me. So you shot yourself in the foot completely with your stupid personal appearance argument thing there. Like, I could be totally ugly and hideous, which I might be, if I'm saying that has nothing to do with veganism or something like that, unhealthy diet or something like that. Just some people don't look good, I don't think Joe Rogan could look all that good, to be completely honest. Like, what could he do? He's just, we're all in our late 50s, me and Joe Rogan. We're really, at that age, we're really not known for being hot babes, unless you're Brad Pitt or something like that. And plus, Joe has many hundreds of millions of dollars from his Spotify deal, which I don't. So he has every reason to look way better than me, but he looks horrible and he's younger than me. I'm just saying, Joe should look like Brad Pitt. He has the wealth to do that. Thanks, AJ. I look 100 times better than bro joking. I'm just saying, we can put an image, or we could put up a video of his latest Joe Rogan podcast and look at him and look at me and ask ourselves, does Joe Rogan have some kind of youthful vibrance at age 57, which I am as well, but he's a little younger? Does he have a youthful vibrance that I'm just completely lacking? I don't think so. I think I look pretty damn good compared to Rogan, and I don't have the millions and millions of dollars that he has to do whatever he could, best trainers, get work done, whatever. I don't do that. I can't afford it. Not to say I would do it if I had the money. I'm just saying, if you have hundreds of millions of dollars, you could devote a lot of money into looking good and preserving your youth. Like LeBron James, he famously invest $1 million every year to his taking care of his body, to get like some things, like just all sorts of training and recovery. I think he has some weird hyperbolic chamber thing he might rest or sleep, all sorts of stuff, so anyway, yeah, Matt, I lifted today before I went and played basketball at the gym. And let me show you what I did at the gym today, guys. Remember, I'm 57 years old, and where is it at? Where is the fitness app here? Yeah, that's not it. Let's see. 1 second, guys. That doesn't look like it. Let me get the fitness app. Here we go. Here's my basketball workout from today, guys. Remember, I'm 57 years old. I lifted at home in my garage, did some battle ropes and bench pressing before I went to the gym later. Like I lifted it in the garage, got in my car, went to the gym. And here's what your 57-year-old cult leader did today. I'm going to try to get this so it's in focus. So let me see if I can do it. Yeah, I think you can see it here. You can see I worked out 3 hours playing basketball, 22 minutes or so I warmed up. The rest of the time, 3 hours minus 22 minutes, I was playing basketball the entire time. I mean, a couple brief breaks in between games. 3 hours, I expended 2,000 active calories, 2,400 calories total. And my heart rate, check this out, guys. I spent an hour and 18 minutes in zone 5, which means my heart rate was over 156 BPM. I think if your average 57-year-old man spent in one afternoon 1 hour and 18 minutes with their heart rate above 156, and then another 45 minutes with a heart rate between 145 and 155, most 57-year-olds would have a heart attack. Seriously. I mean, this is crazy shit for a dude my age. I mean, I can't believe I can do this. Seriously, this is crazy. And I feel pretty good. I feel a little tired, obviously. But I'm just saying, how unhealthy am I if I can play basketball for 3 hours, have my heart rate above 156? And if any of you guys know anything about fitness, you know how crazy that is to have your heart rate above 156 for an hour and 18 minutes at age 57. So anyway, yeah, I do lift. It's not the primary focus of my training. It's more involved in basketball skills, basketball fitness, cardiovascular fitness, vertical jumping, plyometrics, basketball, just different skills in basketball. So yeah, I do lift, but it's not my goal. Like other guys, they just lift. That's their thing. They just want to look good. They want to get a girlfriend or start a fitness YouTube, TikTok or whatever. That's not my thing. I like lifting because I'm older. I need to maintain muscle, build some muscle, whatever, just be strong. And having some muscle helps on the basketball court. Because one of the guys I played today, I think he was 25 or 26 years old, about my height, but weighed like double me. He I'm like 200 pounds almost. He was probably 260 or something like that. He's guarding him fine. He was trying to post me up a few times. I'm pushing his ass out of the paint. He's getting pissed off. We beat him. The three guys on our team, I was 57 and my two teammates were, one guy was 53, another guy was I think 37, and we beat these three guys who were like 25 and all at least 6 feet tall. So that was cool. That was cool to piss off these guys that thought they were tough shit just because they were half our age. They thought it was going to be an automatic win because of our age situation. But anyway, just saying, not here to brag. I'm just saying I'm doing all right for my age. And if people think I'm not healthy and fit, well, let's see them do that. Anyway, that's cool. So I used to bench your own body weight, but not currently. I've never been able to bench my body weight, but I weigh a lot, so it's a lot of training. And I've never been genetically, what's the word I'm looking for, endowed with big upper body muscles. I've been genetically endowed with some beautiful calves. I'll show you my calves again sometime. A lot of weightlifters get pissed when they see my calves, and I tell them I don't really do anything. It's just genetics. Your girlfriend says a lot of stupid stuff, Matt. I'm not saying your girlfriend's stupid, but she's repeating a lot of stupid stuff she heard from other people. You can't get enough bioavailability from vegan protein. Well, you are aware, is your girlfriend aware there's vegan bodybuilders, vegan strongmen, vegan athletes, vegan gold medal winners from the Olympics, vegan professional athletes in the NBA, NFL, all that stuff. I wonder how they're getting their protein, because your girlfriend says they can't, but somehow they're able to perform and compete at the highest levels of their sports. So either your girlfriend knows something, or she doesn't. She's completely wrong. She gets angry if you question her. Well, ask her what's more important to her, your girlfriend, Matt Sundin. Ask her, is it more important to hold on to a belief, no matter how wrong it may be and easily shown to be, or actually go where the truth is? What's more important to her, being right or just holding on to an opinion, no matter how flawed and easily debunked it might be? Just ask her, does she care about truth? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of it blows my mind how many people just care about their opinions. That's all that matters. Facts be damned. They don't care about any facts, any arguments. Opinion is all that matters. Oh, the aliens, James. Yeah. All these drones and UFOs. I was going to ask Sarah, because I know, Sarah, you've shared before how you and your bestie are very into, at least he is, and you're going along with it. You're benefiting from it, being prepared to, eat food that, if there's no electricity, you have to live off the grid. I was going to ask you, what kind of stuff should I get if I want to get started as a beginner, doom prepper sort? Not doom prepper, but say the aliens invade, or say there's a 8.0 San Andreas magnitude earthquake or something like that. So let me know what I can do as some first steps as a beginner prepper for the alien invasion or the China invasion, or who knows what's going to happen, civil unrest or just whatever. You can't even predict what these things are the aliens might be coming. Who knows? If the aliens invade, we're all toast. I know. The thing is, it seems like aliens, if all these UFOs we've been seeing throughout time are related, it seems like they don't really give a shit about us too much. They could invade us if they wanted to, and they could have already done so. They just seem to be hanging out and people are tripping. So hopefully that's the extent of it. Hopefully they're not preparing for something big, but who knows? Why would you want to survive if the aliens invade? I don't know. Maybe it's not going to be that bad. I don't know. I just want to have some options, Graven, rather than just giving in saying I'm effed. I'd rather see what we can, some basic things. Again, if it doesn't have to be aliens, it could be an earthquake, who knows, some kind of natural disaster. So let's see, Sarah, he's not a doomer. He's just into safety. Yeah, like me, I'm not really a doomer. I just want to be prepared in case something happens. Trump blows up California because he hates us, because he thinks we're all left wokey people. Is that a thing, wokey? Anyway, and likes to be prepared in case of natural disaster. Exactly. Something more real, more practical than being invaded by Trump or China or aliens or something like that. You know what I'm saying? An AI invasion could happen too, vegan metalhead, for sure. But yeah, Sarah, if you give me a couple tips to get started. Should I get some canned food, like dry beans, and how do I make, just give me some basics stuff. And if you don't want to tell me now, Sarah, you can always just send me an email later. But I thought maybe people in the chat might be interested on some of these just basic 101, how to survive a natural disaster or alien invasion. What can you do? Yeah, your choice, Sarah. Email or here. All good. Again, I don't need a big detailed description or anything like that. Just the basics. That's the first thing I can do, because I don't really have a whole lot stored away right now. So anyway, Peter, no freeze dried? Why is that? I don't know. Uncle, what? Is this serious? You went on a date last week? Awesome. Everything was going great until she asked you boxers or briefs, and you said it depends, and she just turned around and left? Like, really? It matters that much to her? Well, that's a big red flag. If it matters that much to her, if it's boxers or briefs and she bailed on you, it's a red flag. That's kind of an unreasonable person. Like, she should care more about you rather than what you wear over your junk, right? You know, I would have said neither. I go commando most of the time, you know? So I wonder what she would have thought about that. Would she bail to go, commando, whoa, you know, that's really cool. You know, I have no idea. But anyway, seriously, Uncle, why should you care about like, what you cover your junk with rather than Uncle, the man, the person, the human being? That is really weird. To me, that's a red flag, and you may have saved yourself a lot of drama and grief and just bad times if that's just one indicator of how she thinks and what she values. That's, to me, again, a huge red flag. You probably got lucky there that she bailed like that. Peter, yeah, I go commando quite often. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I learned it from reading Andre Agassi's book, Open, many years back. It gave me the idea, like, oh, I should try going commando more and see how I like it. Yeah, I dig commando. Hey, Robert Bird. Heidi, law right, depends on the incontinence products. Well, Uncle's not that old. He's just boxers versus briefs. Anyway, hey, Vegan Brian Animal Activist, you want a shout out? Okay, shout out to Brian Vegan Brian Animal Activist. YouTube Vegan Brian Animal Activist has a new video called The Hidden Truth, Vegan Outreach. All right, guys, check out his video after this live stream is over. Let's see, Apostate Bartholomew says briefs are better for support. Boxers to lose can't allow them to get twisted in your sleep. Yeah, no one likes a wedgie when you're sleeping in your butt, right? Okay, oh, thanks, Peter. What's there going on? There's a spin-off. I heard about that. Some kind of spin-off series from Inside Out, which I really enjoy. I think that the Pixar team hit a home run with that one, and Coco. But anyway, called Dream Productions. Is it out already, Peter, or is it just something they announced? Because if it's out, I'll watch it tonight. Hell yeah. Let's see, Antero talking about the alien doom invasion we're all getting ready for. Have clean water. Yeah, I've realized we really don't have that much water. I mean, I have more than most people because I have like a 2-gallon crock that I use for my purifier. So that's more than most, but that's not going to last terribly long. So I probably need more than that. I think I have a few more jugs hidden up in some of the cupboards. They're probably old water. I read that you need to like change it every once in a while. But anyway, let's see. Lots of dry goods like rice and beans. What do you do with them? Do you get as far as the beans, do you get them in a big bulk bag? But then how do you cook them? Do you need to have like some stuff to cook it, or just have a bunch of cans? You know, like rice too. You got to cook it. Peanut butter store as well. Diana says, ugh to Donald Trump. Hopefully things will not go to shit while Donald Trump is president again. I know COVID hit when he was president, and hopefully the aliens won't try to land and reveal themselves to humanity in New Jersey or wherever they're flying around at right now. The aliens, while Trump's in office too. That could be really weird. I mean, it'd be weird with any president, but it'd be even weirder with him, you know? Let's see. Sarah says about doom prepping or whatever a natural disastered prep. I personally don't want to sit and burn in fire. Should we have one? I agree. You should just have some basic stuff. Let's see. Fu Man prefers mantis. Oh, Shane Molino says Ryan is so cute. Really, what'd I do? Just happened to catch this live and wanted to pop in. Haven't been following lately, but good to see you still going and being my positive, honest self. Well, thank you very much there, Sane Millennial. I appreciate that. Speaking of your name there, I was half tempted the other day, like soon as New Year's hits, changing our channel name to Gen X Vegan or something like that. Just start 2025 like that. But I don't think I have the guts to do that, to change it. But I'm thinking about it, you know. Maybe. Who knows? I'll ponder it, but I don't think I will, but maybe I will. Who knows? Graven thinks those drones aren't aliens. I don't know. I mean, it's just weird. Like, I was reading like why can't someone or the Air Force find where they're going to. These drone UFO things can't stay in the air forever, right? They have to go back and land somewhere or refuel. They're going to run out of energy unless they truly are aliens. They have like little mini like nuclear reactors inside them or something like that, some infinite energy machine or something. Barring that, yeah, it seems like they have to go somewhere, but so far they've been really elusive. Like, people don't really know. Our government's not really like too sure where they go at night and stuff, so I don't know what the hell's going on. They could be aliens. It seems like a long shot, but we've heard how they like they do some of the things that you hear about UFOs doing, like flying at weird altitudes. Sarah says, no, don't change my name. I probably won't. I just feel like it's a more accurate description of what we are than happy, healthy vegan. People often say, you guys don't seem all that happy. Well, it's like happy, healthy vegan is more of a concept you strive for. Kind of like happiness. Just look at the concept of happiness. That's a big... has a history of the concept of happiness in philosophy. It goes back to like ancient Greece. Aristotle had a whole bunch of writings about happiness. I think eudaimonia is the Greek word, if I remember right. But anyway, it's like a thing you strive for. You don't like achieve. I have acquired happiness now. I will have it eternally now. It's not like that. It's like something you work for in life, and try to, have as much as you can, I guess. But anyway, but yeah, people say you're not happy. I'm generally happy. I'm going through a little rough emotional family patch right now. That's been kind of stressing and depressing me a little bit. But I mean, other than that, and health. Health is something, again, you strive for. Even though I've been really healthy as a vegan for the past 14 years, I've been vegan. I could easily be an unhealthy vegan. I could all of a sudden say, I'm depressed, F it. I'm just going to eat a bunch of junk food and stuff with like all this coconut oil, vegan butter and ice cream all the time and just screw it. But, health is, again, like happiness, something you strive for, something you work towards, something you're always trying to accomplish, more or less. So I don't think people get that. I'm not saying I'm the happiest person, I'm the healthiest vegan or something like that. So I just think Gen X is just cool. People know, okay, that's why he looks old. I hate when people say, you look so old, man. Like, I'm 57. Like, what the fuck? You want me to look like Justin Bieber or something like that? Some guys are like in like 30 or something like that. So anyway. I'm going to take this off right now. It's getting a little warm in here. Is SC trolling? Do you want us to put you in timeout, SC? I ate chicken 5 minutes ago. Like, who gives a shit what you ate 5 minutes ago? Did we ask you to come here and tell us what kind of stupid shit you ate? If you want to ask a question about veganism, or if you want to try to debunk it or something like that, now is your opportunity. But if you're just going to be like a random chatbot anti-vegan troll generator comment thing, I'm just going to ban your ass right now. So the ball is in your court, SC. Do you want to try to, if you're not into veganism, are you here to like participate and learn from our vegan community? Do you want to try to debunk veganism, or are you going to be a troll? It's in your court, because if you're a troll, here's what's going to happen. It's not allowed. Rule number 2, no spamming or trolling. We just have some basic low bar live stream rules here. Nothing too hardcore unless you're a complete a-hole. So it's up to you, SC, how you want to proceed from here. You go for it. I ain't playing tonight. I don't know. Maybe my patience has gotten less over the years, Sarah. And it could be that I'm tired from 3 hours of basketball, too. So I guess if I have a lot of... You don't think they're trolling? They just really wanted to share with us that they ate chicken 5 minutes ago? Great. Awesome. What do you want? Want me to send you a little like medal or something? Like, why even mention that for? What is your point? Are you here to try to upset us? Like, why even mention that in the first place, SC? Oh, they said, I think they're trolling us still, but if you got timed out unfairly, SC, you can come back in a few minutes and I'll apologize to you if you're sincere about being vegan or something like that. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, as you guys said, I'm not playing tonight. I guess I'm a little short-tempered because of all the physical exertion from earlier today at the gym. Okay, I see. All right, if you want to go, it's totally cool. I apologize if I hurt your feelings. You know, I thought you were trolling, and I'm like 99% correct. So if I was inaccurate this time and I hurt your feelings, I sincerely apologize. And if you can accept that, we can move on. But if you want to bail, I completely understand. And we'll just see what happens here. And let's not stereotype boomers or Gen Xers or anything like that. Rice is nice, there's some boomers amongst us here in the live chat who are really cool and probably don't fit your stereotype or something like that. So let's be cool. Matt, do I drink alcohol? Yeah, sometimes. I had Andrew and I shared a bottle of some really high quality Sonoma wine on Thanksgiving. We bought it earlier in the summer. We're waiting for the right day, the right weather, and the right temperament. Why drink wine if you're bummed and pissed or something like that? But yeah, we've had a good time on Thanksgiving. We were having a good time. Hey, let's get the wine out with this meal. We were in good spirits. The weather was like 74 degrees or something like that and sunny. So anyway, yeah, I drink once in a while. I don't think I've had a drop of alcohol since Thanksgiving, and I can't remember when I had alcohol before then. But yeah, once in a while. I'm not like straight edge, like say Vegan Zombie. I'm not bagging on him or anything. Like he's never had a sip of alcohol his entire life or something like that. Never even had like caffeine or something like that. I'm not like that, but the thing is, I'll have alcohol once in a bit. I don't make a point to like seek it out, but I don't make a point to I need to avoid it forever or anything like that. So we all have our different views on that stuff. Rice is nice. No, a lot of boomers are cool. There's actually several really awesome boomers in the live chat right now that are as cool as anyone I know. So please don't say sometimes. I know what you're saying, but there's a lot of Gen Xers I don't like too. So it's hard to stereotype, any generation. Some people say, oh, Gen Zers are lazy and don't want to work. I mean, some do want to work, and I don't like these stereotypes or anything like that. All right, so anyway, I should do ecstasy on stream. I'm going to do some Molly. Is that what you're saying, GGP? If I were to do some Molly at my old age, which I don't see myself doing, I sure as hell would do it on a live stream. I would put on some some 90s electronica music and dance for a couple hours, or at least an hour with Angie or something like that, Oh, thank you, AJ. Vegan cult dues here. Anyone else want to join AJ with the vegan cult dues? Now would be a great time. And for that, actually, you are our first and hopefully not our last super chat tip of the evening. So yeah, if you want to contribute to the vegan cult, because I tell you, I'm doing all the hard work behind the scenes running the vegan cult that we're all part of. Anyway, yeah, you can hit the have a at the top of the comments a message that is pinned where you can donate as AJ did via Streamlabs, where they don't take anything out. Your content creators get all of it except for a little cut that PayPal takes out or whatever, as opposed to YouTube, who takes out, I think they give 60% to the creator and they keep 40% themselves, which is crazy. I mean, anyway, but either way, we appreciate it. It helps keep our channel going, helps us make content, and supporting, me just doing my thing about responding to anti-vegan misinformation. So anyway, guys, thank you. Hippie Easta, member for 25 months, and love being part of the cult. I love being part of the cult too. Oh, Dick Van Dyke is 99 years old. Holy shit, that's old. How does one afford to live that long? Wow, that's a long time. Wow, well, he's probably doing all right, hopefully. Heidi, thank you for the super chat tip, Heidi. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. I also want to address, getting back to the Russell Brand video. A lot of people thought I made the video against Russell Brand because I was against like conservative politics or something like that. And I thought I was painfully clear in the video. Either people didn't understand me, they didn't make it that far, or they just wanted to hate on me. I said really the only thing I said that could have been construed about conservative or Russell Brand was that, generally speaking, amongst like right-wing circles, veganism isn't really embraced or loved. It doesn't receive a lot of love, right? You guys, even you right-wing vegans know what I'm talking about. I don't think I went out of line there. I was just trying to state something objectively, but whenever you use political distinctions, it gets some people pissed off. I think it's a fair thing to say. I think veganism is better embraced, more embraced by non-right wings, either middle-of-the-road people or left-wing or something like that. That's all I said. I don't think I said anything negative about like that. I'm left-wing and I hate Russell Brand because he's right-wing. No, just I think he switched from his vegan stance to not being vegan because he wanted to fit in better with this new crowd. And I don't think I said anything inappropriate when I said that. I think, can I make objective, non-judgmental statements that involve politics without pissing people off? I think it's really hard these days. Yeah, Graven, you're more than welcome to support us by being here. You don't. No one has to donate or support via money or anything like that. It helps if you're in a position where you can, but if you can't, I totally get it. Times are tight and tough for me right now, and from what I could tell, a lot of people. Inflation's been really it's taken its toll. It's slowed down back to like 2.5% odd, but that 6% inflation for a couple of years really made shit get expensive. I was reading some inflation data the other day, and they said if it wasn't for the huge increase in the price of eggs, the inflation wouldn't have been that bad for the month of November. I had no idea egg prices were crazy right now, and I saw that firsthand the other day when I went to a local market to get some Beyond Egg, which we like to get once in a while, make like a Beyond Scramble. Is that what it's called? No, Just Egg, my bad. Anyway, I saw that the eggs were like sold out. We just had one Beyond Egg I could grab. And then I heard some at the check stand, they said, yeah, the eggs, they've been out of eggs for the whole weekend or something like that. So yeah, I didn't know people are freaking out about egg prices. And thank you, Jennifer Marie, for tipping $20. Thank you so much there, guys. Thanks so much for supporting our little vegan cult here. We try to get on, keep things going here with our little vegan cult. So thank you so much. Hey Johnny, good to see ya. Let's see, what's that, Sarah? As long as you feel good in mind and body, you're good to stay around, like being alive on this planet, as you're saying, but you won't be warehoused. Am I understanding your context there? That's what's important about us older vegans, like us Gen X and boomer vegans. I think the healthful component of veganism is more important for us. I mean, yeah, veganism is about animal cruelty and exploitation. We know that, right? Especially on this channel. It's not about you. It's not about your selfish personal gains. It's about the poor animals that are being exploited and killed for human profit and benefit. But my own point is, as we get older, like some of us are here, we're all getting older, but some of us are in our 50s and 60s and beyond. It's more important to make sure that you're eating more, you're concerned about health. In your 20s, you don't have to. You can eat an unhealthy vegan diet if you want to and get away with it for the most part. But once you're a little bit older, I think it's really important if you want to be able to take care of yourself, like Sarah says here. You want to be able to wipe your butt for your whole life. Yeah, I have that same goal too. And back to inflation. Yeah, it's a complex issue, and it's not about who caused it. I hate when I hear, again, I'm not making any derogatory comment about people on the right, because not everyone believes, but I hate when I hear the talking point that Joe Biden caused inflation. Well, no, it was a global situation. Did he cause it in Norway? Did he cause it in Korea? I mean, no, he did it. It's something that happened due to what happened during... this dumb app is messing up on me again. Hang on one second. It's just due to what happened during COVID. There was a lot more money in the economy, and I caused it. And Joe Biden didn't do it. Let's see. Hang on one second here. Where's remote control? Okay, let me try something really quick here. 1 second. I'm having a technical error. Let me try again here. Gosh darn it, why is this? Oh, it's working now. All right, cool. I can get back to the regular programming. All right, so anyway, Uncle, do I think people will hoard all the things that they think will be scarce or go up in price? You're talking about these tariffs, which, again, Trump says it's going to hurt like China and Mexico. No, it's going to hurt us. I mean, it might hurt them. I'm not saying it won't. It'll hurt their companies that export to here, but it's also equally as well going to hurt people who want to buy the stuff now. Like if you could buy some products from was it Canada and Mexico? It's gonna be like 20% more, and a lot of our food comes from Mexico. A lot of produce comes from Mexico. So at least here in California, I'm not sure what it's like for you guys elsewhere. So that could hit me and a lot of you guys here. At the price of whatever it costs 20% more. So we'll see if there's hoarding, and hopefully, I know he's got some smart economics people, finance people in his administration. Hopefully they will convince them that these tariffs are really not going to be a good idea as far as inflation goes. So maybe it's just it was a campaign thing, that appealed to some people. And when the rubber hits the road, when the shit hits the fan, hopefully it won't really happen. We will see. Nancy, Rice and I says more manufacturers will come to U.S. with tariffs. We send Mexico all their corn. Well, say they do bring. Well, here's the thing. It takes time to build manufacturing infrastructure. If you're talking about goods and products, say they want to start making televisions and washing machines in the United States like they used to, that takes time to build all this stuff, train people and all that stuff. It's going to be a long time for us regular poor folk paying these extra tariffs. I mean, that'd be great. I always thought, I believed back when I saw this in the 90s. Remember, I'm older than a lot of you guys. I saw the manufacturing sector of America die in the 90s when corporations were so happy just to buy everything cheap from Asia. I'm going, how's this going to work out? If people don't have jobs here, manufacturing jobs to buy stuff, who's going to buy this stuff? And, I never thought that, that was a great idea. And now there's going to be a radical course correction maybe. But anyway. All right, so you don't know how fast it's going to be. Seriously, just to say build computers here in the United States, people have tried, and it's really tough because we don't have the supply chains, the workforce, the managers and all that. It's hard. And if they're all in Asia, you got to train them to teach Americans and stuff like that. It's a big deal. So you can be optimistic all you want, but I'm not as convinced as you are. I'm glad you have optimism and enthusiasm for these tariffs, but the bottom line is, for a while, a lot of us are going to probably, A, pay more money for stuff, and B, inflation might go back up again, which is the whole problem why rent's so damn high and houses are so expensive and we can't afford to go to restaurants anymore. So we'll see what happens. Matt, I don't think this is politics. I'm talking about economics. It's unfortunate how nowadays politics is somehow involved in everything. Economics is economics. I studied economics in college, micro and macroeconomics. So I know a little bit about economics. I follow finance. So, I know a little bit. I'm not an expert. And when I speak about economics, I try to speak in terms that are as non-politically charged as possible. There's ways to be objective about things without just supporting your favorite candidate or something like that, which I'm not. So anyway, let's move on though, because economics is boring as F, right? Yeah, Rice Nuts. They're building chip manufacturing in the United States thanks to the Biden Chip Act. And I'll make this really brief. Taiwan Micro, who's the guys that make all the Apple chips? It's a Taiwan company, TMC. They're not bringing their latest tech here. They're down to 3 nanometers in Taiwan. They're bringing older, 5, 7, or 10 nanometer. They're not going to bring the latest, greatest. So they're not going to manufacture their best chips. They're going to manufacture some chips here, which is awesome, which is great, but it's not going to replace what's coming out of Taiwan. And I think they're doing that for a a safety reason. They want to make sure that their best chips are made in Taiwan. They call it like the silicon like shield to keep China from invading them or something like that, you know? Taiwan semiconductors. Anyway, let's move on. You guys don't give a shit about that probably, you know? Anyway, let's move on. Hey, Johnny, it's the same thing in the military too, Ryan. A lot of things are political. See, it's why I don't understand why people think when we speak about things, it's automatically some kind of political thing. It doesn't have to be. Even to get promoted to general, you have to go through Congress. Wow. Your cousin invented the microprocessor? Your cousin work in Silicon Valley like Intel or something in the 50s or something? Let's see, a lot of helicopter parts. More so the chips are made in Taiwan. Yeah, that's what Taiwan is. That's their global superpower strength, is that they make the world's finest microchips, bar none. No other country is close. Korea's Samsung, not even close to what they're doing in Taiwan. They're like a generation behind as far as like what how small they can shrink their dies to. What's that, AJ? But China's withholding minerals to the U.S. needed for tech manufacturing because of the tariffs. So that might slow down this whole chip manufacturing that we all want to see happen here in the United States. That could thwart that. So we'll see. This is all, global politics is such a freaking mess, you know? It sucks that we have to live in such a world where people just don't get along, countries don't get along. Even within our own country, so many people don't get along. It sucks. Matt, it's not necessary that you'll get a heart attack if you eat meat. I get bummed when I see vegans like saying that in the comments and stuff. It's like, no, they're reading it wrong. What actually happens, meat eaters have an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. And it's risk, it's probabilities. It's not like a slam dunk. Like if you eat meat, then you will for sure get cardiovascular disease. No, it's if you eat meat, then your risk for cardiovascular disease increases. And it's likewise for vegans. A lot of people think, hey, I'm vegan, no way I can get a heart attack. No, you totally can. Just your risk decreases, but your risk goes right back up to rivaling those of meat eaters if you're eating a high saturated fat vegan diet, like full of like say high saturated fat oils like coconut oil and stuff like that. So anyway, wow, thanks. Another super chat tip tonight. Thank you. Our third one from, I can't even pronounce your name there. Get some Panda Express. Maybe so. Yeah, I haven't had Panda in like maybe 2 months. I kind of miss Panda Express. I think Angie's making a chili tonight, but you know, I could get some tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go visit my mom tomorrow, so I could pop by Panda Express on the way home here. I come back home and get some Panda. No, Matt, meat will not get you a heart attack. It increases your probability of having cardiovascular disease, which leads to heart attack. But there's no slam dunk of eating meat and having a heart attack. It just doesn't work that way. Let's see. So what else are you guys chatting about here? A shadow ban? Is anyone shadow banned here? I don't think we've shadow banned anyone. I don't think, yeah, you're talking about shadow banning in general, but it's not, I don't think we're shadow banning anyone here on our channel or live stream right now. Peter, good question. I haven't been to Panda in a few months, so I honestly don't know if they still have the Beyond Orange Chicken. Let's find out. I'm curious. Panda. Let's see. Well, I gotta tell you, I got a hater comment from a real person in real life the other day. They didn't know who I was or anything. Let's see. I'm just gonna see what they got here. Yeah, they still have it. They still have the Beyond Orange Chicken, at least at my Panda Express. Your mileage may vary. I know it's not at all of them. I've checked around. It's at most don't have it. Or was I looking for the eggplant tofu? But anyway, yeah, mine has it still. Yeah, we need to find Matt a new girlfriend. His girlfriend sounds pretty bad, huh? I mean, I'm sure she's a nice person, Matt, but the advice she gives about like meat and vegan is just 100% off. Dirty Sanchez food. What are we talking about now? Let's see. Rand DD says they still have the Beyond Orange chicken here at yours, but you didn't try it. I didn't know what to choose with it. Do they have anything besides that, like veggies? Yeah, you can always get a plate of let me look at my last order here, because I'll show you what I usually get with that. Okay, my last recent order. Let's see what we got. I got the chow mein, which I think all Panda Expresses have the chow mein. So get the chow mein noodles. Those are vegan. I'd vetted them. And then often I'll get like some steamed veggies. I think it's a steamed broccoli plate too. So yeah, you can get a lot of tasty stuff. And some Panda Expresses have an eggplant tofu. It can be a mild bit spicy. I would say maybe like 25% of Panda Expresses I've checked have the eggplant tofu. So take a look for that. That's a great pairing as well. So yeah, and get some like white rice if you want to. You can put the orange chicken on top of the white rice. Peter, that's that guy's opinion, but speaking as someone of Asian descent who has eaten his share of orange chicken before going vegan, I give the big thumbs up to the Panda Express orange chicken. Is it the best orange chicken like ever? I don't know, but it's pretty damn good, as I'm saying. It's pretty authentic. I'm buying it. Literally, like purchasing it and buying it as a concept. And Panda Express, unlike many other like ethnic restaurants, is owned by like a Chinese family, you know, so they they know what they're doing. Johnny, go get some Panda Express orange chicken if you haven't had it in a while. Is it greasy, salty? Well, Chinese food like that, like chow mein, is a little greasy, so you might not like that. It's not like going to a super clean eating restaurant, Sarah, if that's what you're wondering, you know. The orange chicken is just, beyond chicken. So, it's not particularly greasy. Maybe, I don't know. You'll just have to check it out. Just know it's not like a health food or anything like that. Just something fun to have once in a while, Oh, I started to hear that, foo. 40 miles away to the nearest Panda Express. Bummed. Yeah, Rand DD, if you've never been to a Panda Express, the online ordering is kind of overwhelming. But the good news is a lot of stuff ain't vegan. So like I said, all the things you can really get, you can count them on one hand. Even though they offer like 40, 50 things, the Beyond Orange Chicken, the chow mein, the broccoli veggies thing, and if you have the eggplant tofu and some rice, so like white rice, brown rice, so 5 or 6 things. So it may seem overwhelming, but most of it is unusable to you. So it's only a couple things that really matter at Panda Express to vegans. I don't know how salty it is, Sarah, but I guess it might be a little bit more salty than what you prefer. But for me, it's like that. I accept when I eat food from not Angie, when you go out to restaurants or whatever, I accept the fact it's not going to meet my personal preferences of, low salt or no salt and, oils and stuff like that. I accept that. It's part of being a human. I think it's kind of good for my mental health sometimes to go out, just be like a person that goes out to restaurants and has some food, as opposed to just staying home and saying, oh, it's not healthy to go out. You know what I'm saying? You have to find what works for you, and that's how I find what works for me. Once in a while I go out. Like I said, I haven't been in maybe 2 months, or at least, to Panda Express. No, you want Beyond Orange Chicken, AJ. I'm sorry. Yep, their stock did drop. It has dropped a lot. I'm glad I got out when I did. I lost a little bit, but I didn't invest too much when I first bought like a few years back. But I tell you, I always keep a small amount of my investment money, which isn't a lot. A small amount is in my long shots, small upstart companies. So I took what I had left for Beyond and put it into Rivian, actually. So we'll see how that goes. And I saw, Sarah, the consumer rating for Rivian, as far as the customers really like it, but then there's like problems with the car, so it's kind of a mixed bag. But it's really their customers are in love with the brand and products. But it was how it goes. Yeah, I bought a few months ago when they were at like the all-time lows. So I figured, like, you know, it only has upward momentum, hopefully. And it's like a long hold for me, like, you know, at least like, you know, 2-3 years I'm looking at. So I really don't care too much how it fluctuates every day. But anyway, let's move on. Diana, no, I'm not familiar with those two names. Okay, Randy D, cool. I'm glad I helped simplify the somewhat complex menu of Panda Express. It only 5 or 6 things really apply to vegans. Rivian was. Now, I bought when it was like under $10. Like it hit $8 something. That's when I, you know, bought most of mine. But I still bought like a share today. It was like 13 and a half. It was a little under 14 or something like that. I'm looking at a long hold. You know, it should go above 20 or 30 or 40 at some point again. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, it was 10 for quite a while. Let's see, even Hinch Herbivore has been adding olive oil to his diet. And yeah, I tell you, from what I know from my vegan cardiologist, as far as heart health is concerned, olive oil will not increase your risk for cardiovascular disease. And again, this is coming from someone who's published articles, peer-reviewed articles, you know, in cardiovascular related topics, you know, stuff like that. She's up on the research. She's just not pulling crap out of her butt. She presents at conferences. She understands research, and yeah, from what I understand, that is okay as far as cardiovascular health. Are there other things that might not be great about olive oil? Yeah, for sure. You know, if you're like, you know, trying to lose weight, you know, oil's like very calorically dense. You might want to be careful about that. There could be chemicals in it, Matt, but it depends who's processing it. If you buy it from like a small like Sonoma County, California winery that also does some olive oil or something like that, or in Temecula out here, there's no chemicals. You know, it's high, it's whole food. You know, it's just processed. You know, whole food is as far as whole food as far as an oil can be whole food. Okay, Rivian 1437 today. It dropped below 14 for a bit. I just added 1 share so I can get a nice even number for the amount of shares I had. It was just bugging me. I was like 1 shy of having this nice round number. A whole food, Fu Manbu. Randy D, I've seen some of your vids at Disney and was excited to see they have vegan stuff. You have to look around, but they're usually very well marked with their plant-based symbol. And for Disney, when you see the plant-based symbol, that means vegan. Since you're on the East Coast, you've only been to Florida parks, and yeah, from what I understand, they have the same kind of situation there. So cool. Yeah. Disney's a pretty good place for vegans, I have to say. Well, Peter, your uncle worked on an olive oil farm in Italy, and he gave us a bottle of olive oil that we took back with us. It was the most delicious olive oil. Yes, I'm saying if you eat or have some like artisanally made olive oil, it's great. You know, I haven't had anything like that for a while, but yeah, if you just get some cheap crap from like say Trader Joe's or something like that, not bagging on Trader Joe's, it's not going to be in the same ballpark as like say a small farm's run of olive oil. Let's see, and I'm not going to Hawaii, Peter, unless I go visit. I have zero plan to move to Hawaii. I was thinking about it before, but my plan is to remain in California, but hopefully in a more chill, just chill area than here in California. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I had some dumb ass say some dumb crap to me a few weeks ago. No, it was Saturday. I didn't go visit my mom that day. It was a really nice warm day, like 72 degrees. So I took Angie out for a little hike along a coastal area. And some guy saw, it was Friday. Yeah, I still had my vegan shirt on from the night before, live stream, Friday night. And I went out Saturday. And some guy saw my shirt and said, "Oh, I'm vegan. I eat cows. They're vegan, then I eat the cows." And I said, "Such bullshit, dude." I said it really loud too because I was pissed off, and I think his girlfriend got mad. Like, why is he saying bullshit? It's because you don't know me. Like, maybe a friend could maybe get away with that, but some random asshole out in the world just coming up to a stranger. What do you think I was going to do? Just like cower away? Like, oh, I'm afraid of you. You're a tough meter. It's like, F you, bro. Like, such bullshit, dude. Or, yeah, such bullshit, bro. That's what I said. Such bullshit, bro. I should have stopped, but I just had no desire to stop and engage him and shit like that. I just let him know I was pissed, and I don't back down to just people trying to bully or something like that. Because bottom line, I was way bigger than him. You know, little guys don't bully me. I wasn't going to fight him. I wasn't comparing the size for that. I'm just going, if anything, I would bully him. I don't get bullied by like a little Joe Rogan kind of guy. So anyway, but I'm glad I pissed off his girlfriend. Oh, why'd he say bullshit or something like that? It's because your stupid boyfriend was an asshole to me. He doesn't know me. He has no right to say such, like I'm wearing a vegan shirt. Something, veganism is something meaningful to me, and to just trash it like that all flippantly, like F you, bro. So anyway. So yeah, I got trolled in real life. He probably had no idea that I'm very experienced with dealing with trolls. I know how to handle them, and I just pissed off his little friends there that didn't like the word bullshit.
Thanks for the tip.
Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. And Mark J, thank you for the super chat tip. Much appreciated. Let's see, is it going to read it? Huh. Why didn't it read it? I'll read it. I should be reading it. Chatbot is on. Huh. I don't know why it didn't read it, but I will read your super chat tip there. Thank you for your work. For as long as reverence for life isn't its core value, humanity cannot consider itself civilized in animal slaughter. Yeah, I agree. And then you have dumb a-holes coming up to stranger vegans like me and just saying, hey, I eat cows and they're vegan, so I'm vegan. Like, no, that's bullshit, bro. And I'm not sure who's talking about dairy. Sarah, do we have someone arguing for ethical dairy? Because ethical dairy is an oxymoron. There is no way really to have ethical dairy because it involves an animal becoming pregnant, typically not by their own doing, but by a human's decision to impregnate that animal. And let's just say the animal got pregnant naturally on its own doing, to take the milk away from the mother. The milk's for the calves. It's not for humans. So you're exploiting the animal by taking their work away, their bodily product, and using it for human benefit. So yeah, there's no way to have ethical dairy. Just any way you do it, you're exploiting animals. It's just impossible. It's 100%. Just like it's impossible to have ethical meat unless it's lab-grown meat. Any way you have meat besides lab-grown meat, you're killing an animal. You're harming it and exploiting it. Same with dairy. Any dairy you acquire, there's animal exploitation. Good night, Graven. If you're still here, Graven. Awesome. Yeah, I don't see Sarah Kusak's comment. I see Sarah Smith replying to her. But yes, you're absolutely right, Sarah. It's exploitative. You typically, like 99.9999% of the time, the female cow is impregnated by human, forcible impregnation. Tell me how that's not exploitative. And if you're wondering why I'm harping on exploitative, it's because that's what veganism is about. We are against animal cruelty and exploitation, and forcing a sentient being, whether it be a human being or a cow, to become pregnant against their will, often by the artificial insertion of the semen into it, whatever, it's got to want to get too gross. It's exploitative to force a sentient being to be pregnant, and once they're pregnant and lactating, take their milk away from them instead of having to go to the calves. And I didn't mention what happens to the calves, Sarah Cusack. The calves are typically slaughtered. If they're males, they might become veal, put in those little horrific veal cages to keep them small and enslaved in a little tiny area, and then ultimately slaughtered. So rich people can enjoy their veal. And the female calves are either slaughtered or they themselves become dairy cows. And cows have long natural lives. I forgot, it's like 20 years or something like that. But dairy cows are usually slaughtered after, like, I forgot, 5-6 odd years like that, because their milk production drops and it's no longer profitable to keep them alive and exploiting them, so they just kill them. And there's just no way around it. Dairy is inherently exploitative. So who cares if they produce a lot of milk, Sarah Cusack? It's not the question of how much milk they produce. The thing is, yeah, cows do produce a lot. A lot is a relative term. The point is, when dairy cows are milked, they don't save the milk for their calves. The calves are dead. The calves have been slaughtered, or they're in veal cages. So it doesn't matter if they produce a lot of milk. The fact that they are impregnated, their babies are taken from them, slaughtered, and the milk is given to humans who typically don't need it. Can you think of any other species, Sarah Cusack, where, first of all, it's just within their own milk cycle, like whether they, like in humans, babies drink milk from their mothers while they're babies. They don't drink their mother's milk when they're 5 years old or 10 years old or 30 or 50 years old. We're the only species that continues drinking milk, which has a very specific biological design, which is to take a young baby animal or human and give it a bunch of stuff to get big really quickly. You don't need to do that once you're past infancy. But my point is, there's no other species that drinks the milk from another animal. That's just weird. Like, say milk came from rats. Like, people would trip, but it makes as much sense to have rat milk that is as cow milk. Just cows are bigger, more efficient, easier to do, more profitable to do. But it's still as logical to drink rat milk. It's from it's a whole nother species. Why in the hell do people think it's a great thing to drink the milk from a whole completely different biological creature? I mean, I'm getting to the health aspects right now, but there's so many ethical problems with milk. Well, Sarah, let's not talk about India. I've never been there, and I expect you've never been there. I'm just saying, even to take milk from a cow is exploitative, because let's look at the definition of veganism. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So you're going, well, what is exploitation? Well, let's look at the definition of exploitation. Okay, the first definition that comes up, let's read it together. The act or fact of, treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Well, the treating unfairly and benefiting from the work. Let's think about the treating unfairly. Well, the cows are typically forcibly impregnated, at least here for 99% of milk consumers. Maybe you have some weird ideas of what happens in other countries. I can't address that as much. But even if the milk came from a street milked cow in India, you're still unfairly taking it from them. You're benefiting from their work. What is their work? They're lactating. They're producing milk for their own cow purposes, not for human purposes. So that's exploitative. You're benefiting from someone else's work. In this case, the someone happens to be an animal. So there you go. In the United States, 99.99% of all milk consumed comes from treating someone unfairly and forcibly impregnating them, murdering their children, and killing the milk producer cow like 1/4 of the way into their natural lifespan. How would you like it as a human who's got maybe an 80-year lifespan to be killed maybe around the age of 20? That would suck, right? You wouldn't be all into that. You'd say, no, don't sign me up for that. So you can see the exploitation and treating unfairly is undeniable in dairy. And also, Sarah points out, milk is just nasty. And furthermore, just have some plant milks if you really need to have milk. Yeah, not your mom, not your milk, Nikki. Got it. Well, Sarah, you are aware that cow milk is fortified with nutrients, and same are many plant milks. I'll find you a plant milk. Let's find an Oatly. Okay, hang on. Decline all. Let me just find the nutrition facts. Oh God. Okay, hang on one second, guys. Our products. Um, let's see. Oat milk original. Let's take a look at the nutrition facts here. So we put it on the screen here. So, oops, I'm in the wrong web browser. My bad. Let me go back to here. And if you think, like, say, oat milk is devoid of all nutrients, you're very wrong. It's got 20% of your vitamin D, 25% of your calcium, phosphorus, B12, vitamin A, riboflavin. And again, dairy milks are often fortified as well. So it's not like you're missing nutrients. Secondly, I want to dispel the notion of why do people think that they are getting, who thinks about getting their hang on, I lost my web tab here. Their nutrition from milk. I mean, for me, it's just a little something to add into a coffee or a little something to add into cereal. I get my nutrition from the foods I eat, from the big masses, the bulk of food I have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not going on like Chronometer and looking at the nutrients I'm getting for the little splash of milk I add to my stuff. That's just extra benefit. So it's not like I'm losing anything or something like that. It's just extra bonus. It's a myth that like milk is like this thing where you get all your nutrients or a huge part of your nutrients from. Like, how much milk are people drinking? You know, it's just a little bit you add into your coffee or your cereal. Yeah, the Trader Joe's oat milk is fine. Totally. Soy milk, whatever you like. So yeah, if Sarah Cusick didn't like almond milk, fine. There's other milks. There's soy milk. I prefer oat milk, but I do have an almond chocolate milk that I like as well. So whatever floats your boat. There's such a variety of different plant milks. Heck, there's hemp milk. Hemp is full of cool like fats. You know, people say vegans don't get all these polyunsaturated fats or whatever. Like, get that if you want your high levels of, say, I think omega-3 fatty acids or something like that. I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. Just look on the label, see what you're attracted to. If you really get a nutritionally packed milk, find one that's fortified, maybe a hemp one that's fortified. Who knows? So anyway, Matt Sundin, what about all the sugar in it? I don't know. Is there sugar in lactose? I mean, that's the main. Let's see if they have the sugar bits in here. I'm looking here. I'm not seeing a big mention of sugar. Am I missing something? Let me look at the ingredients again. Okay, it has some kind of acid, rapeseed oil, I can't pronounce this stuff, calcium carbonate. I'm not seeing sugar on the ingredients list here, so it's quite possible that there's not sugar added to this particular Oatly product that I'm listing here. So it's an assumption that there's, what about all the sugar? Yeah, Carl, I guess it's an unsweetened. Yeah, you can get sweetened or unsweetened. There's a lot of options when it comes to plant-based milk. I picked the original Oatly, unsweetened, no sugars that I could see in the ingredients list. So yeah, just if you're afraid of sugar or sugar phobic or whatever, fine, pick an unsweetened milk, handled. Yeah, Peter, you can easily get ones without any sugar added. Worried about sugar and not exploitation. Exactly. Worried about personal things like that, not thinking about animals. Yeah, Travis, there's sugar in cow's milk. And isn't that what the lactose is? The sugar that like the vast majority of human beings on planet Earth are not able to process all that well? Especially if you come from non-European genetics. Like, say, Asians are like 90% or so, something like that. A very high percentage of us Asians lactose intolerant. Yeah, thanks, Sarah, for informing Sarah C about the soy, the fear of soy. And again, if you are afraid of soy, don't drink soy milk. Again, we were just looking at oat milk, there's rice milks, hemp milk, soy milk, or is just one of many. I forgot, there's probably like a dozen or so different plant-based milks you can choose from. So if you really have a problem with soy, if you can't digest soy, or you're afraid it's going to do all these horrible things to your body, which it doesn't, but if you have that fear, don't have soy. I mean, I was a vegan for I've been vegan for 14 years, and there was this period around 2013, 14, 15, 16, somewhere there. I really didn't have any soy of any kind. No soy milk, not eating tofu. You can do it. It's totally fine. If you don't want to have soy, it's totally doable as a vegan. It's a misconception that vegans eat tofu and soy all the time. Sarah, I just showed you the ingredients here, so I'm not sure what you're looking for as far as fat, but has 5 grams of fat, and it only has half a gram of saturated fat. And I wish it had less than that, because that's the kind of fat that raises your LDL cholesterol, which leads to increased risk of cardiovascular disease. So I'd be happy with that. But you see it has 0 cholesterol because it comes from plants. There's no cholesterol in plants. You know, it's in the skin or flesh of animals. So I don't know, you can do some comparison, some Googling on that one. Let's see. Sarah says there are fatty plant milks and less fatty plant milks to choose from. Like I said, hemp. If you really want a fatty one, look for hemp. I think that's got a lot of omega fatty acids in hemp. Let's see. What did I see? AJ say something about no rare. At no rare, she's speaking of herself. I've been 10 years as a cooked food vegan, and I'm doing it well. Ask Ryan. He disagrees that raw food is the only way. Is Norrare saying that raw food is the only way? Let's talk about that if you want, Norrare, that raw food vegan is the only way. Let me scroll up, see if I can find a claim about that. Oh yeah, the only way is raw. What do you mean? Norrare, let's discuss that. Let's hopefully you, Sarah Cusack, we gave you some good information here, dispelled some myths you had about plant-based milks, dispelled some misinformation you may have had about soy doing all these horrible things to people. And again, if you don't like soy, if you don't believe what I said, you don't have to have a soy milk if you don't want. And hopefully we showed you that dairy is inherently exploitative, from the forced impregnation to the taking away of their babies to slaughter them or put them in use as new dairy calves if they're females, and ending their lives prematurely about 1/4 in their natural lifespan, and taking the milk away from their babies, which don't exist anymore because they've been slaughtered, and unfairly given it to humans who don't need it because most of them are already grown up. So, yeah, Norrare, if you want to talk about raw is the only way, I would love to hear your position as to why raw is the only way. Like, what's going on? Am I and all the rest of us who are not raw, we're like dying or something like that? Like, what's happening? All right, your body is receiving an injection of maturity. I don't know what that means. Honestly, I think you're speaking metaphorically there, like Jordan Peterson or something. If you want to give me a sentence or a proposition I can understand, what do you mean? If I eat like my steamed broccoli and potatoes, I'm not eating maturity or something like that? See, I'm saying I don't understand what you're saying, sir. So if you can give me a reason why, you said raw is the only way. So prove to us here. Just let us know why raw is the only way. I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are on why raw is the only way. I'm not saying raw, I don't want to make it clear, I'm not saying raw sucks and don't do it or something like that. I'm just almost offended when I hear raw people get on this high horse saying, yeah, this is the only way to eat and everything else sucks and you're doing it wrong if you're not raw. And it's based on misinformation. So if you want to share us what information you think you have, I'll let you know how that's not actually true. So you have the floor, Norrare. Yeah, I'm like you, Sarah. I eat tons of raw foods and cooked foods. After my my basketball marathon this morning, I came back and had a big raw fruit smoothie. Put my berry mix in there, a bunch of bananas, a little sprinkling of some flax seeds, get some omega-3 fatty acids, and damn, that was good, you know? So I was a pretty raw morning right there. But yeah, I don't stay raw all day. I like it all, you know? So I'm not saying that cooked food versus uncooked food, there's some kind of thing that's superior. I just don't understand why people think they need to eat only raw food and they won't even eat steamed broccoli. They fear eating some steamed broccoli or some steamed potatoes, their lifespans will be shortened by disease and all this stuff, which is, there's no evidence of anything like that. How is eating a steamed potato or steamed broccoli going to cause you to die sooner? But again, raw food's fine. Just no raw propaganda unless you're here to defend it. Where does California get its bananas? Typically, like the ones I like from Whole Foods are from Costa Rica, but I'm not sure where the others come from other places. Like if you buy like Dole or Chiquita or something like that, or the Trader Joe's. Yeah, I think those are one of those brands, right? Steaming is fine. Okay, Norbert, so raw isn't the only way. That's what you said. Raw is the only way. You just admitted steaming, which is a form of cooking, which is often a 4-lettered word in the raw fruitarian worldview. So you just admitted cooking your food can be okay. So that's cool. I'm glad you haven't totally bought their all cooked food is bad and everything. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that. Uh-oh, Matt, you're afraid of your girlfriend. She's coming home. Is she going to beat you up or something? Like, what do you said you have to leave in 10 minutes because your girlfriend's coming home? Uh-oh. Raw is the only way to eat raw. There you go, Antero. That's a true statement, I think. Yeah, I say AJ talking to Sarah Cusack. Yeah, it's true. A lot of people, when they're new to being vegan, they're not quite sure how to eat because, quite honestly, they've never eaten vegan before. But once you learn a few simple things, it's quite easy. You know, it's not like rocket science or anything like that. You know, it's not like you eat a bunch of weird food. In fact, let me just show you the first recipe in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. And here it is. Look at here, behold, Sarah Cusack, weird vegan food. Nah, it's just a matter of making sure you eat enough food. A lot of people think when they go vegan, and I've seen this time and time again, you'd be surprised. I find out when they go vegan, they're not really going vegan. They're trying a plant-based diet. And they want to lose some weight for the holidays, or they just had the holidays. It's summer. They want to look good in a bikini. So they equate going vegan with a weight loss diet, which veganism isn't. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. You should eat till you're full. A lot of people somehow intentionally undereat when they first start going vegan, or sometimes unintentionally because they don't know how to make food. So look at this. Here's like the first recipe in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, the Tuscan kale salad. We just had this, I think, yesterday. You got beans, you got we have a wild rice mix here, but you can just use brown rice if you want. Some kale, sun-dried tomatoes, a few spices, nutritional yeast. It's delicious. You know, this makes enough to feed me and Angie these giant bowls. They're probably like, you know, my bowl's probably like, you know, maybe 600, 800 calories. It's huge. It's a huge pile of stuff, you know. It's got everything. You got carbohydrates, fat. Well, not a lot of fat, but you got protein in here with all the legumes, you know. So, again, Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. If anyone's interested, I'll put a link to our web store. Let me grab it really quickly here off, let's see. Off our website. Get one for Christmas. Give one to your Uncle Ricky for Christmas. I'm sure Uncle Ricky will appreciate a book on how to eat better. Ooh, it didn't. There it goes. So buy a Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. There's still time to ship it out. in time for the holidays. Unless you live in Canada. I just tried to send someone a book who bought one of our books in Canada, and there's a postal strike, right, Peter? So it wouldn't even let me ship it to Canada using the post office. I'd have to send it some kind of FedEx. It'd be $1 million. So anyway, other than Canada, you'll get your book in time. Yeah, Randy D. I just put a link down there to shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. You can get the ebook instantly. I think that's $9.99 or something like that. The print book that I showed you here, it's all full color. Full color. We'll sign it for you because we made the books here ourselves. They are printed up at a local place called the Vegan Printers. That's our printer. So it's a fully vegan book, vegan printed, full color, has this nice spine so you can just slap a page down on your counter and see the recipe the whole time. So yeah, get yourself a book, $18. These things cost us a lot of money to print up because they're huge. It's a short run. We don't press up like thousands and thousands of them or anything like that. So get yourself a little Christmas gift or give the gift of vegan recipes to a friend. So enough pimping our stuff here. Vegan printed means the name of the printing company, Madeline, good question, was called the Vegan Printer. That's it. That's what I mean by vegan printed. It's a vegan-owned company with vegan in their company name, the Vegan Printer. Sarah Cusick. Well, you keep talking about nutritional density. You make it sound like, and I'm not bagging on you, I'm not complaining, but I've heard this argument before, that plants are somehow not nutritionally dense, which is false. There's many nutritionally dense plants, but the argument that people put about nutritional density is that if you're not eating the most nutritionally dense foods in the world, you're somehow going to be lacking in nutrition. You'll be deficient or something like that. And that's just simply not the case with the plant-based diet. Again, as long as you're not starving yourself because you're kind of new or you want to lose weight, vegan diets have been analyzed by nutritionists around the world. The Dietitians of Canada, British Nutrition Foundation, Dietitians Association of Australia, Mayo Clinic here in the United States, Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada. And there's actually a consensus about the nutritional adequacy of vegan diets. As long as it's well-planned, balanced, meaning you're not starving yourself, you're eating a wide array of foods, it's nutritionally adequate. You will get what you need. If you want, just take a B12 supplement. If you want to get some extra, a vitamin D supplement, get some extra in there. But yeah, it's not like you're going to be deficient. In fact, I have my blood labs up for all people to see here. Let me put my blood labs playlist here for you to see. Let's see, playlist. Let's see, blood. Where is blood? Vegan blood tests, right?
If you're vegan and you're eating a vegan diet, you need to have a perfect vegan diet to be healthy. You need to know what you're doing in terms of supplementation and how to meet the nutrient needs that aren't being met through diet.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So yeah, I have 9 videos of blood tests. If you're a dude watching, I've got my testosterone tested. That's super high too, higher than Joe Rogan, who has to get supplemented with testosterone. My point is, I've been sharing my vegan non-deficiency as measured by objective laboratory means. I'm not deficient or anything like that. Sarah, can you go totally vegan without any supplements? I spent my first 5 years vegan. I went vegan in 2010. It wasn't until 2015 that I started taking a B12 supplement. Not because I was low, as I showed you my blood labs there. As I showed you, I wasn't low. My B12 was still like 400 or 500, something like that. Deficient is like below 200 or so. I just did it to be an example because a lot of people were watching what we're doing, trying to learn from how we do things, how we eat, and how we take care of ourselves. I did it to be a good example. So I did it. I wouldn't recommend it unless you knew you're already good. If you're doing what I was doing was going to get my blood tested every like maybe 18 months or so, because I like getting blood tests. It turns me on. It not turns me on, but I just dig it. I like to see what's going on. I like the information. Doesn't turn me on. I misspoke there. But my point is, I'm not deficient, and but anyway, I started taking a B12 supplement about 5 years in, just to be a responsible role model for all. Yeah, Sarah. Yeah. Sarah says, you can, but make sure you get your blood tested to know you're all right. And that's true if you're not a vegan too, Sarah Cusick. a lot of people think, oh, I eat meat and stuff, I must be getting all these nutrients. It's not necessarily so. 40% of Americans are low or marginally low in their B12 levels. You think, well, I'm getting all this B12, eat a bunch of meat. Even if you're eating a bunch of meat, as most Americans are, 40% should be taking a supplement. So yeah, this is just good advice for all people, vegan or not. Get your blood checked. Have a doctor or nutritionist go over it with you, so you know what you might need to supplement with if you are low in something, whether you're vegan or not. It happens. A lot of people think, oh, if you have to take a supplement, it means your diet's wrong. Like, if that's true, then why is the supplement industry worth $160 billion? That'd be a lot of money coming from vegans if it was made for people like us. It's not. It's just made for all people who are, some eating fine diet, but for whatever reasons have some absorption issues or what have you, genetic issues, they might need a little help. And that's what a supplement is intended for. It's not to replace a healthy diet, like eat a shit diet and take a supplement, it's all cool. It's to add on to supplement an already healthy diet, to make it even more bulletproof. Yeah, you won't be subsisting on pills. Nowadays, a typical day for me, Sarah Cusick, is I have a vegan multivitamin. It's made out of gummies, like a vegan gummy. I love it. It's tasty. I chew it, I love it. I take it every day because I want to. And then I have a sublingual B12 spray, which I got, when I told you I didn't take any supplements for 5 years. The first thing I got was a sublingual B12 spray. Got it on Amazon, and I still have it. And I'll use it maybe once or twice a week when I remember, just to give me that extra nudge of B12. Sarah, B12 was 879. Yeah, it's high. That's what, man, I remember mine was up there too when I was going hard with that B12 sublingual spray. Twice a week? Yeah, that's probably what I'm at right now. And I don't supplement with any vitamin D, and I probably should. I think I have a genetic thing. Even when I was out running shirtless as a runner all the time here in Southern California, I had a hard time keeping my vitamin D above 30. And it just, like I said, a genetic thing. Other people in the same situation, their vitamin D would be like 50 or 80 or something like that. Vegans. And as GGP89 points out, when you get down to it, if say vegans had to take supplements, say we were required to, it's worth it because, if that's what it means for me to not have to have animals killed for me, I'll gladly take a supplement every day the rest of my life. If that's what it meant, that animals don't have to die for me. Thing is, I don't even take a supplement every day. I tell you, I love my multivitamin now, but I'll forget some days, and I'm fine. Millennia, thank you for pointing out that I can show you that there's livestock supplements, like vitamin B12 supplements that they feed to livestock. So people think they're getting their B12 from the meat of the cow or something like that. Well, they might be getting some there, but they're also getting some from the supplement that was added to the livestock feed. So my point is, why kill a middleman to get the supplement that they were fed and is in their flesh tissue? Now just take the supplement yourself and not have to have an animal killed. Just don't kill the middleman, just take the supplement directly. But yeah, good point, Sarah. Just to get a blood test to get your baseline, whether you're vegan or not, especially if you're thinking about going vegan, it's good to get a blood test early on rather than like 4 years in. I'm going to get my first blood test and something's low, God forbid, and you blame it on veganism, but you didn't get a blood test before. You could have been deficient in whatever that thing was before you went vegan. So just good to know where your starting points are. Well, Sarah, any like if you're getting vitamin D or B12 from dairy, well, again, we showed you the Oatly plant milk, which has vitamin D and has vitamin B12. Secondly, you shouldn't rely on dairy or any beverage for that matter as your primary source of nutrition. You should be getting it from the solid food you're eating, and any little thing you're drinking, just think of that as extra. But yeah, if you really are concerned, make sure you're getting one of the many fortified plant milks, just like there's many fortified dairy milks. Matt, what vegan has a high T level in here? That's the only thing that bothers you? What are you talking about, Matt? You're saying vegans don't have high testosterone levels? I just want to make sure I understand clearly if that's your point, or am I misunderstanding you? You're saying that vegans cannot or do not have high testosterone levels, or you're concerned that vegans can't. Are you saying that that's what you think, that's what you believe, or you're just concerned about that being a possibility? Because mine is high. I'll show you my testosterone. I won't play it right now because I'm not here to brag. Hey, look at me, I got these super high testosterone levels. But I'll show you. I'll give you the link to my vid here. Who's got more testosterone?
Are you tired of feeling like you're stuck in a phone plan that doesn't meet your needs or is too expensive? Meet Telemobile's Build Your...
Lack of saturated fat and cholesterol, dietary cholesterol and saturated fat leads to hormonal imbalances, leads to your body having a harder time producing sex hormones.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan. So I want to say right up front here, I'm not hating on Joe Rogan in this video. I mean, I watch his podcast often. He has cool guests on, interesting topics, but when the topic shifts to something about plant-based diets or what he says about vegans, there I have problems with, because he's just repeating a bunch of unfounded myths, have no basis in fact-based evidence. And it's not just Joe. These sort of myths that about vegans and plant-based diets, and in this particular video about testosterone, get repeated all throughout the internet.
It is very hard to boost testosterone and have optimal testosterone if you are on a...
You're so stupid. Anyway, so anyway, if you want to see my personal testosterone levels, and I think mine are quite telling because I'm an old fart. I mean, I got my testosterone checked in my mid-50s. Again, I forgot what year. I'm 57 now, so it was probably 54, I think, when I got my testosterone levels checked, both total and free. I got it done twice. One time I only got total, and people were bitching, well, free is what matters. So I went back, got a second test to measure my total and free, and both times they are high. Like I said earlier, they're about the levels of a young male in their testosterone producing prime, like a 29-year-old dude. That's what mine were at age 54 as a vegan. So there you go. There's that, vegans are low in testosterone. Well, no. I'm not sure, Matt. It could be genetics. Maybe you're training too hard. You could, talk to a health professional on that. I'm just a music producer. I'm just sharing what's happened with me. Let's see, 4.5 billion year old Earth adds working out with antioxidants boost testosterone. I'm not sure if that's true. It sounds plausible. Could someone just Google that? Okay, Brandon said your test was 900 when you were vegan. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're not vegan anymore, Brandon. Okay, I see Allison, I think, talking to Sarah C. about natural. Like, yeah, what is this natural thing? Isn't there a natural symbiosis with nature? I read cows actually produce extra milk, and it can be good for them to have the extra taken and used by us. The thing is, what you're talking about here are if I tell you, 99.99% of dairy purchased and sold in the United States, that dairy comes from not cows wandering the street in a third world country or something like that. It comes from intentional animal agriculture. Animals, that are kept specifically to produce the most dairy that they can and take it all for human use. How can this be a good thing? What are those things called that the dairy cows are kept on? You guys know what I'm talking about? I want to show Sarah C. an image of this and ask. She's talking about what's natural. How is that natural? Let me see if I could find something. Do you know what that's called? Dairy. Let me go to YouTube. Dairy. What is that called? It's like a round thing that they're put on. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Come on. Why am I not getting YouTube here? What the hell? Okay. Carousel, thank you. Dairy carousel. I can't spell, but let's try to get one here. Okay, so Sarah C is talking about what's natural. How in the hell is this?
This is my favorite tuning plugin for vocals.
Okay, let's get past these music ads for me because I'm a music producer and get to the actual content. Like, how is this natural to be? Imagine if your whole life for 6 years, and you're supposed to live about 20 odd years, cut short at 6 years, is spent in a room like this, being milked. I mean, this is you know, like the equivalent of like slavery. This is horrible. How can anyone say, yeah, this is great? Like, this should make you say, hey, I'm just going to drink that plant milk that Happy Healthy Vegan's talking about. That doesn't involve animal cruelty and exploitation. This is animal cruelty. This is animal exploitation. So don't talk about they produce extra milk. It's good for them. The only reason why these cows, Sarah Kusek, were bred into existence was for animal exploitation. These cows would not be here producing all this extra milk. They would not exist. They were bred intentionally by the dairy industry to have these cows in their dairy production lines to produce as much milk as bovine possible for 5-6 years and then slaughter them once it's not worth it to feed them anymore. This is not natural. This is cruel. This should be a wake-up call. Hey, I'm just going to drink that freaking oat milk or whatever that has vitamin D and B12 and not have animals. Why would you want an animal to go through this for you to get a cup of milk when you just could have a plant milk that doesn't have this stuff and it has the same mix of nutrients or similar mix of nutrients? Like I said, you shouldn't depend on beverages to meet your nutritional needs, but I'm saying, why put them through that when you just have a plant milk to mix in with your cereal or coffee? I don't understand it. I mean, why do animals need to be treated like how we just saw there for you to have milk when you could have a perfectly cruelty-free option? Well, Sarah, you can say you get your milk from a more ethical source, and maybe they don't put them on a carousel like that, but still, you can't get over the fact that they are forcibly impregnated. When they give birth, their babies are taken away from them. They're not sent to some nice pasture and they run around and they take care of them. No, that's too expensive. It costs a lot of money to feed cows. They're huge creatures. So, like I said, their babies are killed. They're killed. And if they're lucky, the female cows become dairy cows themselves and repeat this process. And then the cows are killed after about 5 or 6 years. And the entire time the milk is being taken away from them because the babies are dead and humans are drinking it. So there's really nothing ethical about drinking milk. Even if you get it from a small time farm, that process I just described right now still applies. Maybe they're not on that carousel, but the forced impregnation, the killing of the babies, and the shortened lifespan, killing them after 5-6 years rather than 20, you can't get around that. Again, why have animals treated like this and killed so you could have a glass of milk when you just have a plant milk? Like, please explain why you require animals be forcibly impregnated, have their lives terminated shortly, either after birth in the case of dairy babies or 6 years after dairy production service. Why not just eat or drink a glass of oat milk? I don't understand why you insist that these animals are here to be exploited for you to have a glass of milk. Oh, well, negative health effects of dairy. Let's find a connection here. Like, you don't care about what's going on in the animals, dairy. With Sarah Kusek, you want to know about how it affects you personally. Let's see, dairy and breast cancer. Okay, let's see. It's mixed. It's mixed. Some here are saying low connection, some saying stronger connection, but just the fact that they're a modest connection. Like here. Here's one. naturally occurring hormones and compounds in dairy products may play a role in increasing the risk. Doesn't mean you'll get it slam dunk, but increasing the risk of breast, ovarian, and prostate cancers. According to a new narrative review by the Physicians Committee of Responsible Medicine published in the International Journal for Disease Reversal and Prevention. Again, that means it's a peer-reviewed study. Let's see. The authors say ditch the dairy to avoid the naturally occurring hormones and compounds in cow's milk that can increase risk of breast, ovarian, and prostate cancers. But yeah, there's other science that says the connection might not be as strong as other studies have found. The bottom line, though, there's no debate about any of these cancers and plant milks. I mean, there's none. There's no connection whatsoever. Weak, strong, medium, nothing. So the thing is, there's increased risk of these diseases from dairy milk that you're not going to get with plant milks. And anyway. Also, vegan plant milk brings in, this is true, casomorphin is found in all dairy. And as the name sounds, it's a type of morphine. It means it produces like a physical dependence type of effect on those who consume it, which explains why there's so many vegetarians that would like to go vegan. It was easy for them to give up the meat, but giving up the dairy, giving up the cheese, they're finding next to impossible because of the physical dependency of the casomorphin. It's a morphine-like compound found in dairy. So that's why some people are just going to be lifelong vegetarians, despite these people wanting to like get rid of the dairy. They just can't. It's just really hard for them to kick. But it's not impossible. I had no problem going vegan. I guess I wasn't eating a lot of dairy or consuming a lot of dairy to begin with, so I wasn't physically dependent on the casomorphins. Well, Sarah Cusick, I assume you're not living in India, right? So you're describing these like vague people in India which may or may not do this stuff, but that's not you. So let's talk about Sarah Cusick, who I assume lives probably in the United States, Great Britain, something like that, or Canada. Am I right there, Sarah Cusick? And we don't have cows roaming the streets in North America or on the British Islands. So my point is, what you're describing in India doesn't apply to you in any way, shape, or form. So don't say, well, it's okay for me to go buy dairy from whoever you buy dairy from, who involves not these street found cows, but cows that they bred into existence, kill the babies, kill the dairy calves 6 years of their lives, and that does, just because there's some persons in India who may or may not do this thing, I don't know, doesn't have any real world effect on Sarah Cusick, correct? Right? So don't use that as your justification. I can drink milk because of some ambiguous people in India who I don't know much about. That's not a justification for you in the United States. Yeah, I'm with Carl. And the way I look at things, like meat and dairy, I don't even consider them like food or anything. It's like gross. Yeah, AJ, so happy to not be hurting cows and other animals, right? Again, I'm wondering why Sarah Cusick is so concerned about finding all these excuses or reasons. I don't want to say excuses. I sound too judgmental when I use that word. Just all these reasons why it's okay to still consume dairy. I get it from a smaller, non-carousel producer. Again, your producer still has to kill the babies. That doesn't bother you, that they forcibly impregnate the female cows to get them pregnant and then they kill the babies. That doesn't bother you. You don't have to kill animals when you're drinking oat milk or plant milk. Why choose death? Why choose a product that entails death of sentient mammals when you could just have oat or rice or almond milk? I just don't understand. Like, why cling to it so strongly? If you're worried about nutrition, I showed you. They're nutritionally fortified. You saw B12, D, riboflavin, all on there. The factory farms are worse than your smaller farms, Sarah. I'll give you that. However, you still can't get around Just because it's a degree or two worse doesn't mean that the smaller ones are better. I said no matter what your production scale is, whether you're a small family farm or a big carousel factory farm, you can't get around the basic facts of biology. In order for an adult cow to produce milk, certain things must be met no matter where you're at. First of all, the adult female cow must become impregnated, and they just don't get impregnated wandering around the family farm. I guess they could, but that's not common. And most often they're forcibly impregnated. That's exploitative. More importantly, though, than that, I think, is that no matter how they are impregnated, either through natural cow love means or through human forced impregnation, the bottom line is the end result of impregnation are babies. Calves are born, and they are killed. They don't keep them around, and like I said, because they love them, they want to keep them. No, it costs money to keep cows around that are not producing for you. It hurts your bottom line, your profits. They are slaughtered or turned into dairy calves themselves, or turned into or become veal for veal lovers. So I'm not sure why you're thinking that your ethical cows are actually ethical cows. Anything that involves the intentional killing of mammals is not cool. I mean, I don't care if you're on a carousel like I showed you earlier there or not. They all kill the babies, and they kill the dairy producing calves prematurely. So how is it more ethical? Just because it's a little better doesn't make it ethically cool at all. It's just not as evil. It's not as horrific. It's still hell. It's hell to be kept for captivity and constantly pregnant your entire life, then they kill you and all your babies get killed. That sounds horrible. That sounds like hell. Don't you guys think that sounds like hell to me? That just unimaginable hell. Navia, it's like you beat your wife less kind of thinking or so. Yeah, there's some kind of parallel there. Okay, so now you're concerned about the health. So now you're saying, Sarah Kusek, that the horrible ethical components or ethical, the horrible mistreatment, I should say, of dairy calves, the killing of the babies, forced impregnation, shortened lifespan. You don't care about all that killing and stuff. You're only concerned about if dairy milk's going to kill you. So why do we even talk about the ethical stuff in the first point? Yeah, you're probably not going to die immediately from drinking dairy or something like that. It's not poison or something like that. The reason why people go vegan is because they are against what, guys? You tell me. They're against animal cruelty and exploitation, and that's what dairy is absolutely abundant with: animal cruelty and exploitation. And I described it eloquently, I think, and repeated so many times. If that makes no impact on you, I see what you're trying to do now. You want to pivot. Well, is it going to kill me or something like that? Which tells me, okay, why do we even talk about ethics? If it was an important concept for you, it sounds like now you don't care about the ethics. It sounds like you're fine with animals having to necessarily be killed in order to produce your milk, and you're cool with that. And that's frustrating, because I tried to my best to explain what's going on, and it seems to have very little impact on you. So I'm not sure what to say, Sarah Cusack. I'm not mad at you or anything like that. Don't feel like I'm shaming you. I'm just a little frustrated that I spent like the past 10, 15 minutes, and it seemed to make no point. You want to pivot to something else now. Hang on 1 second, guys. See if I can find another site for her. All right, here's another study. I don't know if you're going to care about it. First major study to investigate dairy consumption and cancer risk in Chinese adults. You might not be Chinese, but anyway, has found that greater intake was associated with risk of liver cancer and female breast cancer. Again, I want to point out that there are no studies that I'm aware of that find that consuming oat milk or hemp milk or soy milk have any effect whatsoever as far as raising your risk for any kind of cancer of any kind. I'm just saying, since there's studies that are showing that you might want to be concerned about dairy and its linked to increasing the risk of certain kind of cancers, whereas with plant milks, there's none. No plants are carcinogens. There's some animal products on the World Health Organization's carcinogen list. Plants are not on there, and you're not going to find a study linking oat milk to any cancer. So there we have some information. I've just pointed out one study there. Yeah, most Asians are lactose intolerant, but a lot of white people are. I'm married to a Caucasian lady, and she's extremely lactose intolerant. So don't get hung up on ethnicities. It's percentages. Roughly, I think 10% of Asians are completely fine with lactose. So ethnicity doesn't really isn't the determining factor. I'm just saying there's no plant milks that are associated with elevating your risk of any cancer. However, dairy milk, there are associations out there. There are studies out there. Just putting it out there. Just something to ponder. You're not going to find oat milk causing cancer. It's case of morphine equals dairy crack. Well, it's obvious. Sarah, if you want to try eating plant-based or vegan, whatever, for a month, Veganuary is right around the corner. I'll set you up with this Veganuary website. It's a pledge that people take to eat Veganuary. It's a pledge it's an international pledge that people take. Take me to the U.S. version. To eat plant-based to start off the new year. And they have tons of great information here on Veganuary's website. In fact, I'm going to copy this for you and put it down in the chat here so you can use it as a resource. They have like meal plans, recipes, all sorts of information about like health, and just check it out. I haven't been there in a few years, like exploring their website, but I've looked at it in the past. I've made videos about it. So check that out, Sarah Cusack, veganuary.com. And I have the special path to the United States version. It's a British-centric. It started in Britain, but it's international now. Cool, Sarah. Yeah, we're here to present information, and you can tell I'm very passionate. If it seems like I'm attacking or mad, I might be a little upset that sometimes it doesn't seem to be resonating what I'm saying with some people, but it comes out of a good place. I'm just I'd like people to understand that eating plants is first of all it's an option that not an option. It's a way of eating that is not going to kill you or anything. It's healthy as long as you do it in a responsible way. I mean, you don't do something stupid like just eat fruit for the rest of your life or just eat Oreos and beer. That's vegan. It's all plants. Do it. Eat a healthy, balanced vegan diet. It's good for you. It's good for the animals, and it just seems like a win-win that animals don't need to die in order for you to live. It just seems, at least to me, like a no-brainer. Oh my God, Sarah, we're hitting 2 hours again. Holy shit. Yeah, Varley's. Yeah, Britain. Woohoo, that's where you're from. That's Veganuary's place. But you're welcome to come back anytime, Sarah, and ask questions. Yeah, amongst all us, like how many people? I saw like 70 plus earlier. We're down to 60 right now. Amongst us, 60, 70 people on, there's like literally like decades and decades of collective wisdom of our combined experiences eating vegan and plant-based. I've done it for since 2010 now. So you put my blood labs up, doing it. It's healthy. I'm not like deficient in diet or anything like that. As I showed earlier, I'm 57. I went to the gym today to play. After working out in my garage, doing some lifting, I went to the gym for 3 hours and played basketball for 2 hours and 20 minutes. First 20 minutes I was warming up. So I guess 2 hours and 40 minutes, expended over 2,000 calories. Age 57, I spent an hour and 18 minutes with my heart rate above 156. Pretty crazy stuff for an old fart like me. So just saying, you can be athletic, and if that's your thing. If you're a couch potato, you can do that too on a vegan diet. Vegan diet doesn't prevent you from doing anything really, other than eating animal products. Mark J here says it's been vegan 45 years without supplements, and you still miss cheese. So you went to YouTube and learned how to make nut cheeses. Oh yeah, nut cheeses. Exactly. Yeah. Angie makes some delicious nut cheeses. Yeah, thanks for being open-minded. Oh, thanks, Navia. I had some people say I look like shit for my age and thought Joe Rogan, who's probably older than me, looks better than me. I'm pointing out, no, Joe Rogan's younger than me, and the only reason why you thought Joe Rogan was older than me is because he looks older than me. Anyway, that just doesn't matter. Appearances really aren't what veganism is all about. It's not selfish. It's not about my looks or my waistline or anything like that. It's about animals, not having to have animals die for me to live. I can just eat plants. Just eat the plants and not have the animals exploited and killed for me. Because why would I want that? I love animals. I have animals. I love them. I don't want to kill them or anything. When I see an animal, I feel love. I want to be kind to it. Anyway, you always get that look, 17 or 18 and you're 23, Johnny. You must have a baby face, huh? Let's see. 24-hour live, Peter? No. Carl, yeah, it's a triple win. Animals, health, and the environment. Yeah, we didn't even talk about any of the environmental benefits of a plant-based diet. If you're still here, Sarah Cusack, yeah, the United Nations, after looking at their own science and their studies, categorize the most environmentally friendly diets when it comes to greenhouse gas emissions. Number 1, vegan. Number 2, vegetarian. So there's a lot of pluses for eating plants, oh no, it doesn't matter here right now. My laptop, my iPad's acting up again I use it to control things on my streaming software, and it's been really weird lately. Anyway, no, Peter, you don't need to eat tons of raw milk. You don't need to. If one needed to eat tons of raw milk, I should be dead. I haven't had any raw milk at all in my 57 plus years of being alive on this planet. So, nope, he's wrong. It's a misused word. We need some things. We need oxygen. We need water. Without those things, we'd be dead. We don't need raw milk. No human needs raw milk. And if anyone is asserting that, they are just simply talking out of their butthole. Can I say butthole? Anyway, what's for dinner, Sarah? Good point. I think Angie might be making us a chili tonight. If for some reason she didn't, I'm going to take the super chat tip earlier that gave me $10 for some Panda Express. And if not, maybe I'll get some tomorrow after visiting my mom. Let's see. Saladino's such a weirdo, and then some. Let's see. Yeah, Sarah. If you don't like almond milk, try oat milk. That's my favorite. And remember, there's different kinds. There's sweetened, there's unsweetened, there's some sweetened with vanilla. There's so many options. So just look, just try your best. My favorite one is just the original ones. No sweetening, no vanilla. But if you find it bland, which I don't think they are, but if your taste buds differ, yeah, try a different variation. I mean, there's so many kinds of plant milks out there. So many different permutations of what kind of plant, what they add to it. You'll find something you like. There's just no way you'll find all of them disagreeable. It's impossible. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, speaking of not having to give up your favorite foods when you're vegan, yeah, they make vegan versions of Cherry Garcia and fish food. Ben and Jerry, ice cream company. Yeah, those were two of my favorite ones before going vegan, and they make vegan versions, dairy-free versions of Cherry Garcia and fish food. And there's others too. Those are my two faves though. So anyway, let's see. Julie Gray, when you have super active days like today, where I played basketball for approximately 2 hours and expended over 2,000 calories, yes, I will probably eat a lot more. Probably tonight. If Angie made us a big chili, I'm probably gonna scarf that sucker down. And tomorrow I'll probably have I'll probably have hunger. I'll be probably in a caloric deficit from what happened today. So yeah, that's normal. If you're working out a lot or running a lot, or in my case, played a shitload of basketball. Let's see. I forgot what the Ben & Jerry's, is it oat-based or coconut? I know there's coconut oil, so it's not great, but I don't remember. I don't have it that often. I can't remember the last time I got a Ben & Jerry's dairy-free ice cream. Maybe I'll get it like once or twice a year or something like that. AJ, yeah, they're a godsend, right? I should have one just to cheer me up, but then maybe I'll be bummed afterwards. It's too much fat and stuff. Yeah, GGP. It's like the two ways to look at it. Yeah, you're still supporting a company that has a lot of dairy products, but then you're trying to vote with your dollar and show them, hey, make more of this vegan stuff here. So, I think it's kind of too strong of a position to say we need to never buy any products from them, because you want to encourage them to make more vegan ice creams. So yeah, that's how I see it. Barista almond milk is yum. I think I've had that before too. Let's see. So AJ says, yeah, Ben & Jerry's vegan ice creams use almond milk, coconut milk, etc. These the whole thing. Yeah, not meant to be a meal, Navia, just a treat, something to have, as a birthday or special occasion, or you just want to be naughty one day during the holidays or something like that. And if you want to be super healthy, yeah, make homemade banana and ice cream in your blender. Totally cool too. You could add some little things to it to give it a little more flavor if you want. But yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, John, as I'm saying, yeah, just having some Ben & Jerry's. It's just great to have some kind of normal people food, as you call it, once in a while, right? All right, guys, I think I should let you guys go and experience the rest of your days or nights without me. And I want to say once again that I feel better mentally. My mental health feels a little better now after hanging out with you guys for the past 2 hours and 7 minutes it's been now. So thanks for being my support, and I'm hopefully I can have been offering something reciprocating back to you guys. Maybe I make your day or your week a little better. It's just fun to hang out with some vegans online and chat about any and all things. And yeah, Uncle, I thought we were going to have our work cut out for us tonight with all the Russell Brand stands that were so triggered by my video. And I told you, I invited maybe 12, 15 of them to come tonight and say their bit, and they didn't come. So it was super chill, so cool. I guess I'm fine with that. I kind of like toying with them, but on a night like this where I'm kind of tired from exercising, I'm cool. Can I do a video about Chris's movie trailer? That's a good. I like promoting vegans too, instead of just complaining about all these misinformation spreaders. I'll see if I can make an interesting video about it. In fact, I was trying to think about. I was hoping to make like one response video a week, like for December, then making another just random, like a more positive one, or just something I'm thinking about. So I'll see if I can make a odd random video about Chris's movie trailer. Chris is vegan zombie, so I want to see that because I know he's been talking about making a vegan zombie movie or whatever for years. So I'm glad to see there's some progress happening on that. So yeah, Sarah, if you want to send me anything about how to survive a natural disaster or alien invasion, that's cool. Take your time. I'm in no hurry. I'm not going to go buy any doomsday prep stuff anytime soon. I just want to have a little just a couple pointers on what I can do as far as surviving a big earthquake or the alien drone invasion, or what else could possibly happen. Who knows? So anyway, let me think. Anything else I want to share with you? Yeah, I put links, if you want to get our book, it's here. Let me see if I got it still. It's on sale for Christmas. I'll get them shipped out to you. Nope, I don't have that link anymore. That's for January. So anyway, it should be down in the show description here. And yeah, plan is to be back next week. More videos, Friday live stream. And once again, it's great seeing you all. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Peter. I'm glad we were ready for stomping out Maine anti-vegan people, but they didn't show up. And instead, we had a nice, friendly discussion. Hopefully, Sarah Cusack is going to think about Veganuary and all the stuff we talked about this evening. If you want to come back, Sarah Cusack, at any time Friday, we're here every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So whatever time it is for you right now, subtract 2 hours, and that's when we start on Fridays. I rarely miss them. It's got to be something really weird going on in my life to miss a Friday live stream. All right, guys, and Peter, I'm going to try to watch Christspiracy. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just too lazy to break out the HDMI to USB cable to watch it. All right, guys, much love. Thank you once again for being here with me on Fridays. I really appreciate you devoting some time to hang out with little old me and make me feel better. And, you know, not by saying flattering thing, just by being here. Just your presence makes me feel better. I feel more chill. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And I'll be back with more vegan content. And remember, doesn't suck being vegan. All right, bye, guys. See you next time. I got to do this with my mouse now that my iPad is messed up here. All right, guys. Much love. See you guys. Bye-bye.